Welcome to a brand new video, and in this video it's going to be really exciting. As you can tell by the title of this video, I have finished reading all 24 volumes of Whistle for the very first time, and now I am going to review it. And welcome back. So, Whistle, and you can't even see me. Well, I will talk about this while I go through the covers so you can actually see the artwork, the brilliant artwork on these covers. This series is about this boy named Sho. And Sho is a 14-year-old kid who loves soccer, but wasn't that good at it to start with. He was always a substitute, so his skills can never be acknowledged. So he moved schools, went to Josei school, and from there he gathered a team. Well, he joined the team and they kind of formed around him, and mostly just doing tournaments and that. And this series is just fantastic. So in I think of this one as well, maybe they sort of get selected from one of their tournaments. So 3 members of their soccer group. I mean, I'll keep calling it soccer, but for me, it's football. But from their soccer group, they got selected by 3 members to join the select team of very strong players to enter the big tournament. And I will warn you, this got some really incredible spoilers, so watch this at your own peril, because this series is so fantastic. I just have to spoil it for you. So yeah, I have to say the big tournament where they spend half the series training for never actually happened. That was a very huge spoiler, and I did warn you in the fans. I like Tsubasa. He also little bit taller than Sho, because Sho is a very small kid, so others around him think he's not very good, and that's where they are proven wrong. But this series is fantastic, and they were having a practice match before they entered the big league, before the big match. And in that practice match, Sho were going over his own limits. And what I mean by going over his limits, he completely wrecked a career of playing football. Now I'm back to say my football. Yeah, so this young boy here wrecked his chances on the final volume of Whistle. Like I said, this will have incredible spoilers, so beware, because this series is so fantastic. I just have to talk about it in depth. And this is a 24 volume series, and even though he destroyed his career, that wasn't the end of it. So even though he destroyed his career in playing football, they had a time skip where they made out, because they did the old incident have to have the old action. You can't see me. Oops, sorry. Okay. And I am wrecking everything. There we go. So they made out for most of the final volume that action was fatal. They made out that he should have died because which were getting a bit intense reading it because they were all the players years later were talking um off tense or past tense about and so it just after action it would go to the time skip. Um, but the final chapter does fill in a massive gap after the accident, which is really good to see how it happened. And I felt so sorry for Show in the final chapter. I literally almost cried, and I was reading this at work, so definitely would not make sense. I mean, be right, but I love this series so much. I did not get bored reading it at all in any of the 24 volumes. I don't like that way I get you a bit weird. I don't like football. I don't like rugby, that sort of sport. But I love reading about football in manga. And I love watching about football when it comes to anime. So that I like. I just don't like actual football. But we're still at the 24 volumes. I think, my honest opinion, we're still too short. I would have gone Naruto Shippuden on it. Um, 24 volumes, yeah, done, part one. But since they did a time skip of the final volume, I mean, as you can see from them, he aged a couple years, 3 years or something. He aged anyway, because he couldn't play football, but then his brother Ko um took him to Germany, and yeah, Germany got the best medicine apparently. Um, so this should have been part one, and I would have. This series could have easily been a 48 volume series, bit like Prince of Tennis and all that. Because this series is so good, I did not want it to finish. When I finished reading the final chapter, I was so sad because there was nothing else. There was no more of the story. It just finished. And yeah, it finished when he all grown up, well, 3 years in the future. But I would like to see his experience past that. So another 24 volumes, 3 years in the future from for the first 24. That's what I would love. But of course, this series is pretty old now. That will never happen. So that is just me thinking out loud. But wouldn't you agree if you read this series too? I'm so lucky to get this. I found this just a steal on eBay last year. And literally, I was bidding and bidding and bidding for this series. I did not want to go. For some reason, I just knew I would love this series. And I was not mistaken. This series is fantastic. And I know most of the volumes are out of print. So that's why this series is really special to me. Not because the story really good. It's one of my out of print series. Even in the future, if they ever get a remastered version of it, which probably won't never happen because this is quite an old series now. I mean, you do get older series like Fullmetal Alchemist, Fist of the North Star, definitely, for instance. They're getting big new additions. I love this series so much. I don't double dip. I haven't got the Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal editions because I got the box set over there. I'm happy with the box set. The story great. I love Full Metal Alchemist, but when it comes to Whistle, if we get a Ultimate edition of Whistle, I would have to say I will double dip. I will keep these volumes because the covers are awesome, but I would definitely keep the get the new editions as well. and read them, of course, to see if like anything like different or to add anything interesting. But Whistle is definitely made it in my top 5 favorite manga. I even pushing to be my top manga of all time. I love this series so much. I get into sports manga and anime. So this series, okay, I keep saying fantastic all the time, but there's no other way to describe it. If you read Whistle as well, please let me know your thoughts on it. I would definitely love a conversation about Whistle. Um, yeah, so that is basically it. Um, Diet. So that will be it from this video. Stay tuned for next time when I do another video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you later. Toodles.